When the feds step in, they gonna see that this was a setup from the beginning. And I want everybody to know, just because Rich Homie Quan was found like that, that don't mean that they gotta go in on him like that. Rich Homie Quan, he was a person who helped Young Thug and them. He wanted them to continue to get money. As soon as the feds jumped in and they saw how the dude moved him from the floor onto the couch and never reported that he was unresponsive from the beginning. Regardless of what went on, the girl should have called the police as soon as she saw that he was laying in that same spot and he wasn't moving or nothing for the longest. Old girl, she made the 911 call and dude was in the background talking. He was actually telling her, yeah, just move him over here, move him to the side. Rich Homie Quan ain't deserve to go out like this, and people should have been watching him. They know that he may get too intoxicated or too drunk and end up passing out. What if anything major could have happened while he was eating that food? I want everybody to pay close attention, and this is coming straight from the DA's office.
At this point in time, it is just completely suspicious that the timeline that has occurred here. We were just a couple days away from Rich Homie Quan taking the witness stand for the YSL trial. Little Woody just got out from being a witness. They had him held in jail while he was a witness on the witness stand because he didn't want to testify, and they were going to have to subpoena him into court. So they held him to make sure he showed up to every trial.
Gunna said that they was on the phone with Rich Homie Quan Daddy the whole time that they was moving the body from the floor to the couch. And I want everybody to know, this is a sad situation. You have to watch who you let into your house. You have to watch the people you keep around you. APD said that it was suspicious how he was eating. He wasn't eating on the floor, but all of the stuff from the food was on the floor as if he dropped the bowl. What happened inside of that house? And I want everybody to know, he popped whatever he popped, but at the end of the day, you can't be buying these dummies from all these different people. And everybody know for a fact that Woody is connected with the dudes who sold him the stuff. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of Rich Homie Quan. This is a sad situation. We have to really open our eyes to the key facts on what's really going on.
You really have to know who's in your circle and that you can depend and trust them. Rich Homie Quan was just trying to relax his nerves. He's about to hit the witness stand, and what he says can impact a lot of people's lives one way or the other, or they could look at him as he's a snitch, which would not be a good result for him at the end because people don't play that in the streets.
Maybe Rich Homie Quan was tired of everything and wanted to go out. Like at the end of the day, all that stuff that happened to him and his people, next thing you know, Rich Homie Quan, he's sitting around looking like, man, Thug cool, but we ain't that cool like we used to be. I still rock with Birdman. Everybody know for a fact they was a duo at first. And we see this time after time, people be friends, and next thing you know, they into it with each other.
Absolutely. And yes, they did mend their relationship enough that they could work together again. But it was not what it was before. It wasn't that, hey homie, how you doing? What you doing? What's your day like? It was, hey, this is business. We're going to do this and we're going to bounce. There's no relationship there. It is literally just work.
Ralo said they should have ran the camera back from when the dude walked in the house from when they first got there later on that night. Rich Homie Quan, he been unresponsive all night long for hours, and ain't nobody decide to go in there to check on him. And this is crazy because from the forensic statement in the reports, it stated that Rich Homie Quan, he been deceased for hours. And I want everybody to know, if his dad would have came there and got him, this would have never led to this point, old girl and them, they sitting there calling the police saying that he still got food in his mouth, when we already know for a fact Rich Homie Quan is one person. He used to sit right there, he drink his liquor and he smoke his stuff, but at the end of the day, he was one of them persons that'll do something for so long and then stop doing it. He been quit. He was doing that for 5 years. He instantly got right up off of it and started helping himself. I want everybody to know, people knew that he was supposed to testify. He didn't want to testify against Young Thug and them, and everybody knew Young Thug and them been on the trial all these years. And I want everybody to really pay close attention to the fact of how they found him. They said that the area was rubbished around and there was a lot of stuff just laying around everywhere. I want y'all to know, as soon as they came in, they saw the backwood container right there on the They saw the backwood container laying right there on the floor next to where Rich Homie Quan's shoes was. I want y'all to know, Rich Homie Quan told them to give him some water before he even laid in the living room. And everybody thought that Rich Homie Quan was just in there by himself, and he wasn't.
At the end of the day, what I know is if my person hasn't come to bed, I'm getting up in the middle of the night to check on them. It doesn't add up and it doesn't make sense. Someone you care about, you haven't heard from for hours, but you're in the same house and you don't say, hey, let me go make sure everything's okay. Well, it wasn't okay. And you literally threw a blanket over him but didn't check on him. Then you come back from dropping your kid up from school and you realize he's unresponsive and foaming at the mouth. It doesn't make sense. Somebody is hiding something. Somebody knows something. Whether Rich Homie Quan really wanted to go to trial or not, he didn't. He was subpoenaed in as a witness. Being subpoenaed in as a witness, you don't have a say in it. You have to go. I think somebody was extremely concerned with what he was going to expose on that witness stand. And whatever choice he had, they switched it out on him and didn't tell him.
Everybody knew for a fact that Rich Homie Quan, he didn't voluntarily want to go to testify against his old best friend. He wanted everything to just fade all over and sweep everything under the rug because they tried to blow it out of proportion once Woody told them what they did. When Woody knew the whole time that the same infinity that they used, from that rental car place, it's the same car that they was riding around the neighborhood hitting up everybody. This is sad. But we all really need to pay close attention and look at the people that's in our circle because somebody had to know what went on in that house. The footage only shows Rich Homie Quan coming in. He was talking to somebody by the doorway, and as soon as he got through talking to them, he went right there in the middle. Next thing you know, he laid down and never woke back up. I want y'all to really pay close attention and really look at the key facts on this. Could have been anybody. And YSL, they facing life in prison right now. They trying to give Woody 35 years just because of what he did. Not alone what happened to Big Nut. I want y'all to understand this is crazy because all along was cool once upon a time.
And it's so sad how our relationships just sour like that. People that you hang with and think that you're going to spend life building something with, you just become worse of enemies. At the end of the day, it's a very sad situation that has landed. In the way that it has landed, all we're going to do is sit back and wait for results because the DA is going in hard. This is a career-changing trial for her. It's been going on way too long and it's too prominent in the news and in the industry. Everybody wants an answer. At the end of the day, she's either going to hang him or there's going to be a mistrial. And if there's a mistrial, we're going to start these proceedings all over again.
And Young Thug not going to like that because it may take a whole nother 2 years. They may schedule a mistrial for 2 years from now. You never know. Young Thug and them want to get out. And there's no reason that they locked up because of what Woody said. If Woody would have kept his mouth closed and kept his business to himself and kept everybody else's business out of his mouth, they would never even be in this situation. Woody bogus for what he did. And I hope everybody pay close attention and look at the key facts in this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of Rich Homie Quan.
At the end of the day, it's all about what can I achieve by doing this to somebody else. It is so sad that instead of just working together and helping everybody, we literally build up an atmosphere of contingencies. And when someone can't respond to that contingency, they're the enemy. When when federal investigation gets involved, it's over with. There's no backtracking it. There's no, oh no, there was a miscommunication. It's over with. The feds have way more money to investigate. They have way more resources. And that's why they're going hard for a RICO trial.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for Rich Homie Quan.